What was the reason behind leaving?
Yeah, man, it was kind of all the above. I thought so. Storm and I had a great run. We beat the shit out of each other, and I think we got their attention. And then Storm went on and had some great programs. Had some programs with. I got to wrestle Christian a few times. That was great. Then they put me with Dustin, which he was debuting that new character. And then little by little, man, it just felt like the we were just starting to be pushed down a little bit, and not really, after all those years, just kind of building our reputation up. There just wasn't a whole lot going on, and we were just kind of being put on the side. And in my opinion, this is also when they were bringing in a lot of star talent. It just seemed like anybody that had left the WWE, they would scoop them up, and all of a sudden they were stars in our promotion, and the young guys were just the young upcoming guys were just forgotten. So that's kind of how I felt about it. And timing was everything. My contract was coming up. They hadn't been doing anything with me. I tried to talk to Vince a couple times about it, and there really wasn't anything going on. And I kind of joked a lot of times because, and I don't necessarily put Kurt Angle in this category because he was such a great addition for us, and he came in and he was great with all the guys. He wanted to work with the young guys, but Kurt was in so many segments on TV. It was like one after the other, and so I made a crack a couple times where it's like he's having so much TV time that nobody else has a chance to really build their character or anything. And so they started putting me with him and actually saying stuff like that on the air. Like, hey, I guess if I'm going to get TV time, I got to be in a Kurt Angle skit. And so I'm not sure what direction they were taking from that. What I heard was, I was eventually going to be put with him and, hopefully something done. But I didn't know if they were just saying that because the contract was coming up. But yeah, man, it was a timing thing. There wasn't a whole lot going on. And then when the offer came in for the new contract, I was taking a pay cut. And so there was just a lot of things going on. And I just wasn't happy with the direction. And so we call it the feelers, sent the feelers out, and I had heard that there was interest with WWE. So I explored that and kind of saw what was on the other side, and, was just trying to figure out what was best for me, what direction should I go. And, of course, age factors in on that. If I'm going to do something, you can't wait till a certain age. And, so yeah, man, there was a lot of thought put into this, and of course we can all look back and say we'd like to do things different, but at the time it just seemed like that I took a chance. You take chances in life and careers, and a lot of the chances I had taken in my career at this point had worked out. So I was willing to roll the dice, see what happens, and so. Yeah, the contract just ran out. I mean, I was never let go. I think that story's out there somehow that they released me, but the contract just ran up and I didn't sign. And so I took my chances, man, and signed with WWE.
Did they give you an explanation why they were going lower? Like, I don't want to know what your contract was worth or anything like that, but did they at least give you an explanation, say, hey, business for us is bad, this is why we have to offer you this? Was there an explanation of the cut?
The only thing I can remember hearing was the word restructure. They were just trying to restructure all the contracts to where they were all kind of on a level playing field, I guess, which I'm not sure if I bought that because, as I said before, they were bringing a lot of top names, and I know they weren't getting pay cuts. So I'm not sure what it was. No, I never got a really great explanation, because if I did, and you kind of hear after being in the business for so long, you kind of hear this, that maybe we just weren't communicating right. Maybe if we had communicated a little bit more, I feel like things could have been worked out, because I don't think they wanted to let me go, and I certainly didn't want to be let go. we just needed to come to some kind of happy medium, I guess, and we just weren't communicating so much that I remember at one of my last TVs on the same day, and I don't even know how this got out there, but two different times, Jeff and Dixie Carter each had come up to me at separate times and congratulated me on signing a new deal. And as I'm shaking their hands, I'm looking at them saying, I haven't signed, that hasn't gotten that far yet. And so they were kind of shocked because I think they thought something was going to happen. So that makes me feel like they wanted something to happen. I wanted something to happen and it didn't. So somewhere along the line, there was a breakdown in communication. And I wish we could have done that whole situation over and made something work. But that's just looking back, I was taking my chances and going a different direction.
Do you think that they expected you to re-sign the contract with a pay cut just to sort of remain with the company? Like, do you think that was their, I don't want to say game plan, but do you think that was their thought pattern behind it?
Maybe. I'm not really sure from their side how they were looking at it. I don't know if they were maybe lowballing me and seeing where we can negotiate from there, or if they just expected me to stay, because I considered myself a loyal employee. I mean, I was a TNA guy. I could have stayed there for forever and been happy. So maybe they did just expect that. And when it wasn't going that way, they seemed shocked. And I remember once after my last TV, once I was gone, I heard from, a friend of a friend kind of thing that Vince Russo was shocked. I never got a face-to-face with him about it, but I had heard that he couldn't believe that I actually left, so I know he expected me to stay. And him and I haven't talked about that in a long time, but yeah, so I think they all thought something was going to be worked out, and I wish it would have, but it didn't. So I think they held a grudge for a long time.